everyone, Liam Catterson here. We're on the 100, episode number 9 of Season 3, which is called Stealing Fire, which is incredibly hard to steal if you try to steal fire literally. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode, because we will probably not have an episode focused on Arcadia, which means my blood won't be as boiling as much. Although we will be returning to Polis, so I'll be still distraught and all of that, so, yeah. But yeah, this is Stealing Fire. So last time out, we focused, like I said, we focused a lot on Arcadia with, Pike's, hand really pressuring the likes of Bellamy now, since he sentenced Kane to die after Kane tried to, give him to the Grounders because, Pike wasn't willing to go and all of that. And we had a similar situation to Finn where, the Ground was like, yeah, can we take this person because this person's being a thorn in our side and all of that. Whereas, and it's so funny because the difference with Finn is Finn had guilt and, realized this was the only way to, kind of stop, Camp Jaha at the time from, basically going to shit because, they were basically surrounding, the Ark. And now they're doing something similar, but this time, Pike's not feeling any guilt. He's feeling any Grounder's death is going to make him sleep better at night, to be fair. And it's so funny because, Finn died. I always say this. Finn was the first one who proposed, an idea of peace between the Sky Crew and the Grounders. So, and he died for peace. It's concerning. And now, like I said, Bellamy's got a bit of concern, which is really good. He stopped Harper and who was it? Was it Miller? Yeah, I think it was Miller. He stopped them from being executed, because, Monty's mother, who I forgot to make a point on yesterday, last episode, should I say? Well, it was yesterday from my recording perspective, but still. Yeah, she's a complete bitch as well. So yeah, I forgot to make that point. Speaking of that though, if you hear me typing, I'm not talking to someone else and being ignorant of the episode. I'm doing something a bit new. I'm not going to be doing it throughout the entire episode and whatnot. I'm going to be taking a few notes. I'm not going to, detail the story notes and all of that because I can memorize them perfectly. But it's like something small or something that something I really like. Cause sometimes I do feel like, I miss small details, which I really love, unless it's like something that I am, really heavily investing in. Like, I don't know, a few ships, that the show has presented. But I don't know. I just feel like, with a few of my reactions, there's been, more potential to add on, specific comments and all of that. Like I said, nothing to do with the story, cause, that can just be like, woof. But if I've got, a few more details that I really, like little bits, or like the minute thing or something like that, I will, rely on the notepad. Don't worry, I do it like every week for D&D. It's really important to take now notes whilst, we're getting information, regarding D&D. So, it's not really a problem because, like I said, I do this every week and all of that, and it really does help, in terms of, how the story progresses. So I think this might help and all of that. And plus I'll still be watching it. I'm just like a wizard. I'm just like, ooh, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, that's just a little bit of note. If you can hear me, yeah, that's me. But, yeah, with that said, I've rambled on too long enough. I want to get watching the 100. So the extended reactions on Patreon. Yeah, so this is Stealing Fire, episode number 9 of the 100. Let's go.
We need to make sure that Aiden wins.
Oh yeah, the little kid that, Alexa was impressed by. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Would you come here to finish the job? No.
Leave. Exile yourself.
My vow to Alexa. Put these on.
I don't care if you're feeling guilt. You still killed Lexa. I can't forgive you.
We loved her.
We're the only one. Oh no. This is not good.
When I am Heda and the king bows to me, you and every last member of Skycrow will die.
Well, hopefully The selection process is not as grim as your attitude. What a bitch.
Each of you is guilty of the same crimes as Cain, and as such, you will share the same fate. Death.
What is this? Oh, come on!
My people are innocent.
Even Sinclair, fuck off!
Let them suffer from my crimes. Please. Sir, Lincoln's right. All the others did was run through an open door. Same thing we would do if we were in there. I'm here to help.
Oh!
Sleep on me, brother.
Oh! Oh!
Of course she is.
She wants to see her one last time. Oh, Commander, like, yeah.
What is the meaning of this?
Get out! She hasn't cut off Aiden's head. Oh my god!
Look, I think we should get out of here.
I win.
Someone want to toss her off the building too?
Maybe. But that doesn't change the fact that you need me.
For the first time
Admitting his guilt.
in my life. That's not true.
Oh, that sucks! Swindled him. Oh, yeah.
Why are you so afraid of what I might say, Brian?
Man. I mean, he knew they were at odds.
Yeah, you do. You have a...
I can't do this again.
I swear, I will. No. No.
Whatever's best for your people, is that it?
That's it? Kind of like killing every man, woman, and child in Mount Weather was best for yours. It's not a bad point.
Wow. Murphy's just like.
Okay, great.
Oi.
Saved your
I mean,
life.
it was best.
I get to Lex
Roman has got a point.
Next time you see me, won't be as friends.
Best friends? Dare I say lovers? I'm not shipping them.
You killed her. I pulled the trigger, but it was you.
Oh! No! Get off!
Made Lex a promise, remember?
Don't put this on her!
Kid. Even Luna would be better than her.
Oh, so is
Did
that
you just say Luna?
the...
Yes.
Where Lincoln and Co... Oh my shit!
You're my friend Lincoln.
Can you find
So Luna was... number 8.
This is yours now.
It's kind of like Lion King, isn't it? Ontari's scar.
I'll protect it with my
Luna is... No, it literally is! Luna
The
ran!
journal of the first commander. When you find Luna, you'll need it to perform the ascension ritual. Come.
Wow.
What about Murphy?
I'll get him out. Your duty is to the flame now. Flame Kipper.
Awesome. She's got a lot of names. One header, Flame Kipper.
Same drill. Sweep in pairs.
Wow.
Watch your blind spots.
She'll have more names than Daenerys Targaryen by the end of the show.
We did what they wanted us to do. That won't happen again.
He's gonna get complacent and... Where are you guys? There we go. Always until they never check the floorboards.
Any guards? Too many. I said they put. They're trapped.
She's smiling at this as well. What a bitch! And Monty's like,
Calling all guards.
The prisoners are headed for the main gate. The prisoners are headed for the main gate. Over.
yes!
What are you
Go
doing?
on, Monty!
Save my friends.
Yeah!
Sir, we just got word that was another false report.
Aw, you get off! I'm just gotta play along with this.
Let's camp down.
They need someone to show them the way out of the dark. Besides,
Oh! We're getting this shipwreck! Yes!
we will.
Ahoy, Cabby! Oh my god!
I have a message for the traitors in this case.
Ah, fuck off.
There
You have
will
to
be
ruin
an
the perfect
execution
moment.
today.
Love you.
Oh! Oh, why are we drugging people, for fuck's sake?
Same thing you do for your people.
Ah, or knocking them out, not drugging, but fuck, Looks out for his own people. He's a really not noble dude. Fucking hell.
Perform the ritual. This abomination will never ascend.
Go, Titus!
Kill him.
Aye.
He's right. We need him.
Oh! Oh! Boy! Oy, oy.
Talk to me as if I'm a fool, Rowan. No one knows that.
He does. He happens to like his head.
Light the pyre.
Oh,
Burn
fuck.
the bitch who killed your mother. Let the people know they have a new commander. And find one Hida. That's an order.
Well, it looks like Ontari's gonna be one of my most disliked people in Season 3. This is a really complex thing for the whole
What is it?
Sky Crew Tree Crew battle.
I can't free your people. But I can promise they'll be careful.
No. No, don't. No, Lincoln. This is fucked up. No. Oh my god, no, come on. Fuck him. Fuck that ugly bastard. No. Fuck off. Fuck off. I hate Pike. I hope something just... I hope... Set him to fucking, like, the past. Get him radiated. I don't care if he's got, you know... I fucking hate this. I've got no words. I fucking hate him. I want him dead. There's no other satisfactory conclusion. If he doesn't die, I despise him. I think I despise him more than that fucking slimeball Cage. What a dick. How the hell did this episode turn out to be so dark and depressing? I mean, I think it was even more depressing than Lexa's death, and that was super, super sad, and it's not something I'll probably get past, but like, holy shit, we had Lincoln dying, which was heartbreaking. We had, Ontari, who's a complete bitch. I've got in my notes that I said in the beginning. When the intro started, I wrote, Ontari, batshit crazy Ice Nation. That's what I wrote before she killed a bunch of kids who deserves death. So, yeah, Ontari can. Anyone else? See, this is the thing though. It's so interesting, like, how there's, like, this leadership change has really, really influenced, you know, what should be the case of the Grounders or the Sky People and all of that, because, you know, we know that Pike has been so, yay, we're gonna, you know, kill Grounders and all of that, and, like, they all deserve death and that. And, you know, Lexa was really, really concerned, and she had this trust that, you know, the Sky Crew would eventually, you know, have Pike sorted out and that. Now she's dead, and now that Ontari's calling for the Sky People to die, war is brewing, and, you know, they'll be clashing with people. I mean, still, the opportunity should be that the Sky Crew should, you know, be the better people and all of that. But like I said, like, get rid of Ontari by all means. But, like, that's the thing though. The Sky People, under Pike's orders, have been, the demons in this, and now Ontari's in charge. It's like, for fuck's sake, they're both as bad as each other, Pike and Ontari. I mean, literally, cause I'm never gonna forgive Pike. If he does survive, I will never, ever, ever, never, ever forgive him. Fuck him. I hope he gets sent to hell. I hope he shares the same room as Cage, because he's just as bad as... He's worse! I don't know! I mean, you know, what Cage did is horrendous and sickening, but I don't know. Pike is an absolute bellend who should just fucking drop. I don't know. I mean, I think that's the thing though. I mean, in theory, what Cage did is, way worse than, I'm just stabbing myself in the eye. There's a bit of, I'll clean up the glasses thing, but, yeah, what Cage did was way worse, but we, have been so attached to Lincoln. And, you know, he just offs him. Yeah, it was heartbreaking as well. I thought when, you know, he got shot, we saw Octavia's breakdown, and then her face turned into this cold, menacing, emotion, and I thought Octavia would, you know, I mean, she wouldn't do much with the guns and all of that. They would probably shoot to kill and all of that, but I thought, then again, death makes us do crazy things, doesn't it? So, I thought for a second she was going to get a sword out and lob his head off, because I would have, you know, rooted for Octavia, and Octavia would skyrocket to my favorite character of all time if she did that. Like, I hope, now I hope she's the one to end him, because it would be justice for Lincoln. But then again, this was Lincoln's call at the end of the day, because he chose, it was him or his own people, and he was never going to have his own people be executed and all of that. And it was a sacrifice, but it still doesn't make this easier to digest, does it? So, yeah. What I'm also going to be very, very interested in is, cause I got down on my notes here, see, they're helping really, really well. The story is, you know, I'll get to other story points here, but I just want to make this point clear. What the hell is going to happen to Octavia and Bellamy? Because, and I hate myself for saying this, but any chances for Octavia and Bellamy to rekindle have been shut down. I'm sorry, I hate myself, I will just get out. No, because I say this, Bellamy's support in Pike is basically, one of the main responsibilities for Octavia's love dying. So, his support in Pike, has, you know, furthered this, you know, has, you know, contributed to this and all of that. And, you know, I think there's, if there will ever be, you know, a rekindling, it will be a very long time, because I don't think Octavia could forgive Bellamy for that. Sure, Bellamy cares for Octavia, but, Octavia also, cherishes Lincoln so much. And, Bellamy is part and parcel to, he has a bit of responsibility to Pike carrying out this order. His support in him So this is going to be very, very interesting to see what happens, especially with the fact that he's on his own now, since Indra's wandered off now that, she's got the call for a new header, so, oh boy. But yeah, it was a really, really, dark episode, very bleak, because we had a lot of deaths. We had Titus dying, who killed himself. I will never forgive him for what he did to Lexa. Point clear. But I thought it was very, very noble that he decided to kill himself rather than, pleading to Ontari, because he knew in his heart that Ontari was the worst person at the end of the day. And, he decided he'd rather die than, sully his name by, basically serving some stuck-up bitch who, is ungrateful and all of that. Like, literally, she just waltzed in and said, yeah, I'm commander now, so fuck all of you, and that. But then again, she was the only one with the Nightblood, after she killed the kids, which is really, really great stuff. There's Luna out there, which I absolutely appreciated that so much, the callbacks to season 1, because we heard that being mentioned, and then we forgot about it all of a sudden. And then Luna crops up being the 8th, being the Nightblood, wasn't it? Yeah, that was spared death. So, yeah. And I really, really love the parallels going on with Polis and the Lion King. So, basically, Ontari is Scar. She kills a bunch of kids, cause, with Mufasa, Simba would be the next in line and all of that. But, Simba can't carry out his responsibilities, because he was still a cub, I guess. But that doesn't really mean anything if we're gonna go by the hundreds terms and all of that. Because they were still kids at the end of the day. So literally, this is a darker version of The Lion King. But I've heard The Lion King was supposed to be way, way dark. I mean, 1 and 2, basically. So 1, Simba was going to die. 2, Scar's sister, I think killed herself. So yeah, rather than accepting help. So yeah, I think it was Scar's sister. Anyways, I digress. But yeah, there was a lot of parallels to this episode and the whole situation with Polis to the Lion King. Polis is now in a dark state of decay, like Pride Rock was. That was, really, really, turned into a real shit show when, Scar took his place and all of that. Luna is basically Simba who fled, with the whole Lexa thing. Not to say Lexa was Scar and all of that, but, Simba fled and was lost and is, next in line. And Clark is gonna be basically, like Nala, isn't she? Like, oh, you're next in line for the throne, yay. So yeah, Luna is basically Simba. Cause Luna's a more worthy choice, a more appropriate choice than Ontari. So I really love the parallels with the Lion King in this episode and Polis. So yeah, that was really, really great stuff to see. But yeah, it was a really, really great episode. I love the continuation of what happened at Arcadia. I did express my, kind of disappointment that, and I still hold fact to that, because I think, an episode focusing solely on Arcadia should have, like, in my eyes, I mean, you don't have to agree with it, but in my eyes, I felt like it should have, come full circle. So like Pike's, bullshit would be stopped, and then maybe this episode, like, we would focus on something like that, or Pike could try and get himself back into power because, he feels like him being dethroned would be would be heinous and like it's uncalled for. So yeah, and like I said, we needed a bit of hope. So that's 3 episodes we've basically been kicked in the gut emotionally, and like, yeah, it's like this show is like, well, this show isn't, a happy, friendly show and all of that, but after Lexa's death, after what happened this episode, we could do some, nothing too crippling in pain, but yeah, I mean, I don't think this show's gonna give us that anytime soon. I mean, what I'm surprised at, actually, is that they didn't show the head exactly of, the kid who was supposed to be, next in line. But, you know, we saw Ontari grab the head out the bag, but we had the assumption that all the kids died and that. So, yeah, but she got out the one that was, focused on a bit more, that, Lexa trained with. So, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't, cause this show isn't, you know, it doesn't have exactly limits, does it? Like, we saw a bunch of people get cremated, you know, we had them radiated, all of that shit. We've seen some really, really messed up shit on this show. So I'm surprised they didn't, you know, up the ante and, you know, show decapitate. Maybe that might have been too much for, you know, eligibility for, you know, streaming rights for the 100 and all of that, because, I think it's still catered to teens, but it's not afraid to show violence. And I think, you know, a decapitated head of a kid would be a bit too much. So I don't know, but, that's my only surprise there. But yeah, it was absolutely, frustrating and all of that. Yeah, so going back to Arcadia, because I was going to comment about how I loved, you know, the whole, you know, plan to, you know, get Lincoln and Kane out, because what the hell happened with Sinclair? Like, I don't think we saw Sinclair there at all. And he was, you know, marked for death as well. So yeah, I really, really loved that plan. And, you know, like I said, when, you know, Pike came on, Lincoln made that choice to stay behind, rather than his people getting the brunt of it, which was really, really noble, but it still sucks to, you know, take it emotionally. And we had Cabby as well. I thought the first time they met together, we were going to have something going on here. So I was a bit like, shit frustrated, if that's a thing. But when they, you know, there we go. So it was happy days, wasn't it? As well as, you know, Miller's boyfriend helping out as well. Which, you know, I wouldn't blame Miller, you know, not having any trust in him, considering the fact that, you know, he did bug him, but, you know, it was great for him to, you know, be supportive at least. So, yeah, so I guess that's a happy thought, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I really, really loved the continuation of, what happened at Arcadia as well, because it did bring out some really, really interesting moments as well. So yeah, as well as Octavia and Lincoln. Yeah, that final kiss and that, and then Lincoln just, you know, stabs it. Like, everyone was getting knocked out today. So yeah, that was really, really great stuff to see, as well as what happened at Polis. Murphy as well. I'm just loving him so much. He has really, really grown on me. Season 1 Liam would, you know, be absolutely disgusted with me. It's like Bakugo with My Hero Academia. Like, I couldn't imagine, like season 1, Bakugo, I'd be like, this douche can just drop. And now I'm like, go Bakugo! Go Bakugo! So yeah, it's basically like that, right now, for me. And, you know, it definitely is with Murphy. I mean, you know, he is in a bit of he's a bit cornered with Ontari and all of that. So, yeah, it's not really, you know, the most comforting situation for Murphy at the minute, but he did, you know, he just show care and all of that. Like, when he, you know, confronted Clark about Lexi, you know, he really poured some sincerity there. So I really, really love how far Murphy has come along on the show. But yeah, it was just really, really great to see what happened at Polis as well, as we now venture to find Luna, who will hopefully, you know, if this is going to go down the way of the Lion King, then we should expect a big fire battle where, you know, Ontari and Luna scrap at each other, and then, Ontari gets eaten by a bunch of grounders. I know cannibalism might not be a thing there, but yeah. What I'm really interested in is, the fact about, they were trying to, because, they were thinking, oh, well, Ontari's the only one with Nightblood in her. So, yeah, you know, can't there be anything else? Because Ontari, big commander, it's not going to sit well with me. And, you know, Titus made that comment about, you know, basically a non-night, blader would basically die. So, yeah. So I'm really, really interested about that, especially with the fact that Clark's now got the AI thing. And, if Lex is stored on there, like, this is going to be really, really, cause, you know, we go back to Lexa talking about, she's having dreams about, you know, previous commanders with the chip and all of that. So yeah, and, you know, the spirit of the commanders and all of that. So, you know, spirits will have every incarnation of the commander there. So, Lexa will be there as well. So I'm wondering if we're going to see Lexa in some capacity again. And if so, I am not going to be ready. So, woo. But it is really concerning though, you know, with Titus's warning, unless he's basically saying that because he knows of her attachment to Lexa. So he's just, you know, basically trying to warn her off. So, you know, she doesn't, so there's a bit of hope because we know that if, like, Clark might not, you know, if there was a warning, Clark's not going to take it. But he's got a bit of hope that Clark will at least listen to Titus. So maybe he's warning her or something like that, but we'll just have to wait and see because it's similar to the chip, isn't it? And plus, well, it is similar, but it seems to be only compatible with Night. Who knows? We know that it's only, you know, registered with Nightblood, as we've seen, you know, Becca, you know, inject herself with the serum and all of that. And, you know, everyone else has had Nightblood and that, and here we go. So, yeah, I don't know if Titus has witnessed someone with non-Nightblood, you know, basically die, or if he's just trying to warn her. But, it should be very, very interesting now. Clark's got her hands on the goods, and, she's gonna be traveling to see Luna and say, hey, you, get back here. We're gonna do this right. So you're gonna, you know, command, the Grounders from now on. So yeah. But yeah, that was basically a really, really interesting episode as well. Like I said, very, very dark. I don't think there's anything else I've got to touch up on. See, the notes really, really helped out, big time. But, yeah, it was just fascinating. Oh yeah, Monty's mother, I mean, she's forgettable, but fuck her. Well, first off, I don't think it was a good idea to bring Monty in, considering his mother and all of that, and, you know, mother and son. It's gonna be a bit of a dangerous connection. So bringing Monty in with, Harper and Miller, I think it was, might not have been the best idea, but yeah, it's great to see Monty is, you know, favouring Bellamy's decision to kind of deviate away from Pike, but we're still in a bit of a rut. And I love the fact that Monty stood up to his mother. Like, his mother was smiling at the fact that, oh, they're trapped, yay! And I was like, fuck off, bitch. It's like, she's frustrating. Like, honestly, I'm glad that Monty stood up, but he couldn't do anything about the fact that, oh, it was a false report. He had to agree because, you know, he would have been marked for death probably, considering Pike is, you know, trigger happy with the whole death route and that. So yeah. So he had to play it cautiously, but I'm glad that he did stood up to his mother and all of that. So that was fab stuff. But yeah, dark episode. Very, very dark episode. We had so many deaths in this episode, which was, interesting. Yeah, it was basically Game of Thrones all over again. Like, yeah, really, really, really dark. Especially the kids. Like, I mean, that's as dark as it will get probably, but, yeah. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Very dark episode, so why? But yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!